Yeah, all right.
Come on. Hey, Miff.
What?
Come here.
Oh.
You right for some snuff, darling?
Do it. Make sure you get a haircut, mate.
Who the hell are you? Detective Cole, Sydney Homicide. You mind? Anyone smell anything?
Besides out-of-town bullshit?
You finished?
Could I have your name, please?
Who's asking?
Tracy Cunningham, National 9 News.
Hey, careful, mate.
This is how it works, Tracy. You won't be using me. I'll be using you.
Yeah, look, I just want to ask... Arrogant prick.
Hi there, this is Jane Halifax. I can't take your call right now, so it's the usual routine after the tone.
Dr. Halifax, it's Superintendent Christophides from Task Force Silvera. I'd like you to do a character profile on the make-up serial killer and his victims. Could you ring my office as soon as possible? Thanks. Bye.
I've got every woman's group in the state tying up my phones. They want to know why they can't walk the streets of this city in safety, Superintendent. And so do I. And the tourists.
35% drop in tourist arrivals.
I want an arrest. Knock some doors down, kick some heads in, do what your mob is famous for.
The civil liberty people will
Screw
roast
the
us.
civil libertarians. Ask them how they'd like their mother or their daughter raped and murdered.
We are dealing with a very sophisticated perpetrator.
Sophisticated? How many people have you got working on this?
120.
Will you shut up? Now, this Sydney bloke. Well...
Detective Constable Cole.
That's him.
You got him last night. He has a discipline problem.
Good. That means he's probably showing some initiative, which is why I hijacked him. Ah, Mrs.
Ramsey.
That's right. I've just been talking with Superintendent Christophides about beefing up the number of his task force. There may have to be some sacrifices, but something has to be done.
Did you get my messages last night, darling? I rang 3 times. I was expecting you to call me back.
Yeah, I know. I was out at a dinner.
Oh, that's nice. Do you think it's a good idea going out on your own?
It was a Royal College annual dinner. I had to give a speech.
Oh, good. How'd it go?
Well, most people were still awake at the end.
Oh, good. And who did you go with?
Pat Malone.
Speak up, darling. It's like talking into a tunnel. Who did you say?
Pat Malone!
Malone. Oh, I don't think I know him.
No, I have to go.
Jane, I haven't told you why I rang yet. They don't think Bertie's got long to live.
Well, he's had a good innings, Ma. Look, I'll call you soon, OK? Bye.
Recent discovery brings to 7 the number of women brutally murdered by the makeup killer. 7 victims in 6 months. and women's groups are asking how much longer must they walk their city streets in fear.
This is Tracy Cunningham for National 9 News.
We'll say thank you.
Thanks.
Dr. Halifax, I'm Detective Senior Constable Grant.
Jane.
Bridget, would you like to follow me? Superintendent Christofides is tied up for the moment. Thanks, Gail. He's asked me to brief you. There you go. This is the main task force area. We've got computer programmers here, geographers over there, intelligence analysts, detectives down there. We've got about 20 people here and another 100 or so on the ground following leads. We're using a program that compares the whereabouts of known felons with a record of assaulting women to locations where victims were last seen. Now, if enough lines meet at a point, that person then becomes a suspect.
How many have you got?
At last count, about 1,000. None of them found. The killer not only makes his victims up after he's murdered them, he also cuts off some of their hair.
Trophies.
We haven't told the press about the hair yet, just in case some maniac decides to do a copycat. Here you go. Have a chair.
I know you, don't I?
We met at Ruth DeFraga's wedding.
Oh, God, the wedding from hell. I left just after the best man threw a punch at the bride's father.
It got worse.
Oh, you're joking.
Ruth and the hubby separated 2 weeks later. Ruth's now living with one of the bridesmaids.
Oh, whatever gets you through the night. Role model?
Yeah, absolutely.
This is for you, Bridget.
Thanks. Dr. Jane Halifax, forensic psychiatrist. This is Detective Sergeant Howard.
How do you do?
Alan, I've always been interested in psychiatry.
Really?
Yeah, perhaps we should get together and we can just...
Sure, if you ring my secretary and make an appointment, she'll explain the fee structure.
Ah, well, I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot of each other while we're
I'm
working
sure
on
we
this.
will. So, you were saying?
Oh, yeah. Here, these are the victims when they were found. Nosey's forensic. There's no fingerprints, no fibres, nothing.
Is there none?
Pretty much the same each time. Picks his victims at random, usually on a Friday evening or afternoon. Rapes and murders them sometime over the weekend, and then dumps the body late Sunday.
Okay, first up, I'd like to interview some of the victims' families, do victim profiles, see if there's anything that links them.
That was already done earlier.
Not by me.
It's really weird. I don't understand it. Why would women who would normally be wary of strangers allow themselves to be abducted without any reports of a struggle? Doesn't make sense.
7 victims in
6 months.
The frequency's accelerating. It's getting more confident.
Down. Down a bit. A bit more. To the right. To the left a bit now. There. Well, look at that. Christ's sake, can't you read?
You're not allowed in here.
Dr. Baker, I'm...
Detective Cole, shut the bloody door.
You find any prints?
Only her own. Little left for now, Daisy.
So, what have we got here, Doc?
Same makeup job, same rope burns around the neck and wrists. She's been raped, but there's no semen residue. He uses a condom. She put up a pretty good fight. Bruised nails. He's paid out on her for it, though. Broken ribs, a kick, I expect. Oh, and these fibres came between her teeth. He probably tried to chew through a gag. First time we've actually found fibres. He usually cleans the body meticulously before he dumps it.
you notice any smell?
Carbolic soap.
No, not that. It's gone now. But there was a smell. Something I remember from my childhood.
Look, we are very busy here.
Listen, Doc. You got any feelings about this killer?
I'm not paid to feel.
Come on, Doc. You get closer to his handiwork than anyone else. He's still warm on her. You're privy to the last breath in her lungs, the last look in her eyes.
Look, in this line of work, it doesn't pay to speculate. If we get emotionally involved in the... If you've no more questions...
Yeah, not for now.
Detective! You will find him soon, won't you?
She'd left work to pick up Timmy from crash. She always took the tram. It was a matter of principle. She helped in the campaign to stop the government close down the line.
Claire.
Careful.
And what kind of a woman was Vicky?
People thought she was a bit aloof, but once they got to know her, they realised she was just shy. She was a good mother. She's generous. She's always helping somebody. She cared about people.
Had you discussed these murders with her?
Yes.
So she'd never get into a vehicle voluntarily then?
No, never. Not unless somebody needed help. I usually picked up Timmy. It was my turn, but I let her. If it had been me, she'd still bill. Sorry. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It'll take time, Mr. Doyle.
I've always been opposed to capital punishment. But not anymore. Just kill the bastard.
Surprised your boss let you go so easily. Man of your reputation.
Maybe you needed a break.
I want this thing finished, Cole. Whatever it takes. If you have any trouble with the task force, you come directly to me.
Time for the cabinet meeting, Mr. Wimmer.
I've organised a press conference to introduce Detective Constable Cole to the public.
I don't do press. The less our quarry knows, the better.
That was given to me by the President of Greece.
Mycenaean. 300 BC. 2 years in the fraud squad.
I'm sure the President of Greece...
Shut up.
Always feel like taking a bath after I spend time with a politician. Tell me, Superintendent, how do you feel about this little arrangement?
Premiers come, premiers go. The force goes on forever. Now tell me something. If you're such a hot shot, how come you're still a base grade detective?
I give lousy paperwork and I don't take orders. You run your investigation, Super, and I'll run mine. Let's get the Premier off each other's back. What do you reckon?
Okay, let's get ourselves a killer.
And victim 3's husband.
Bridget. Detective Constable Cole. Detective Senior Bridget Grant. And you must be Dr. Halifax, Frank Christophidis. Doctor's just come on board to do some offender profiling for us.
I was a bit late in the game for that.
Well, we did use one of the doctor's colleagues earlier on, but we felt it was time for some fresh input. You'll excuse me. Oh, Bridget will organise a desk for you.
So they get you and off the reserve bench?
Well, let's just say the original selectors were all men.
Well, I'm not a big rap on shrinks myself.
Let me guess. You've lost convictions because a shrink found a felon unable to stand trial on diminished responsibility.
I'm an Old Testament man. Mad or bad should be an eye for an eye. They offend, they get punished. So, what sort of felon do you think we're dealing with here?
Dr. Halifax has only been with us for a few hours.
Oh, I'm sure the good doctor's got an opinion. Everybody's got an opinion. So, what's your opinion?
I'd say he's 20 to 35 years old. Mobile because the murders aren't related to any particular locality. Strong enough to subdue women fighting for their lives.
So why's he only targeting women?
They're the weakest and most vulnerable prey. Like most men, he's probably afraid of our personal power. From a dysfunctional family, maybe his mother physically or emotionally abused him.
Oh, come on. A lot of people hate their mothers. They don't all become killers. What about the makeup?
Fetish, perhaps? Or an attempt to atone for his dirty work. Serial killers are quite common.
Spellbound, right? Chanel, number 5. And the haircuts?
Trophies. Something to remind himself of his victims.
So it's all pretty predictable stuff.
Yeah, well, most serial killers are. Most men are.
Anything else?
Yeah. Serial killers don't retire. They keep on killing until they're caught. He's out there thinking about his next kill, and it'll probably be sooner than you think.
Short black coffee. The insomnia of the long-distance obsessive.
What a small world.
I don't sleep when I'm on the hunt either. Too much static. Dubonnet and bitter lemon.
Neat party trick.
So, you got a fix on him yet?
No, I haven't. What about you? Smelled him out yet?
You ever ask yourself why you do this?
Often.
You know what's more exciting than catching a serial killer? Thanks. Is being the serial killer. That's why he does it. The excitement. The power he feels when he tightens a rope around her neck. At that moment, he holds the power of life and death.
Retarded emotional development.
You ever watch the people when they feed the lions at the zoo? The mums and dads and little kids. Fascinated?
Is this where I'm supposed to ask you why you do it?
Well, it's a vocation. It's a calling.
Excuse me.
Hi, Ma. Mum, calm down. What? Now? Mum, it's 3 in the morning. Can't it wait till... Yeah, all right. All right, all right. Time you met my mother.
Is he married?
No idea. I only met him this afternoon.
He seems nice.
Not from what I've seen.
Well, it's very nice of him to bury Bertie. At least he's not lacking compassion. It may not extend past dogs.
I'm sure Bertie appreciates it.
Oh, Ma. Oh, Jane.
Say anything, Mum?
We commend the spirit of
Bertie.
Bertie, man and woman's best friend, to the eternal spirit, trusting that there he will find eternal peace and an everlasting supply of juicy old bones. Skitch 'em, Bertie. And amen.
Amen.
My parents were Quakers.
She was reported missing 9 a.m. this morning. Went out for her usual run. When she didn't come back, the boyfriend got in touch with us. It's the route she normally takes, courtesy of the boyfriend.
Another woman's disappeared 7:30 this morning. I'm not sure it's the same guy, but it's not looking good.
Black track pants, white joggers, pink and purple trim. She's super fit, runs marathon. Alan, when the photos come, I want a door-to-door of every house in that route in case somebody spotted her. Bridget, you alert the media. Give them the photo.
No, not yet. Let's not panic the punters till we have to.
All right. Everybody, let's get to it.
You're right, you told me so. But maybe it's just breaking the pattern just to jerk us around.
Or he's on holidays.
Now, there's a depressing thought. Senior Grant, see if there's a butcher's, baker's or candlestick maker's picnic today or anyone else is on strike. What, are you going off the Chanel?
What?
Roses. You smell like roses.
Friends call you, Mr. Butterfield?
They're all dead.
Well, before they died.
Silly old bugger, mostly.
Listen, mate, we can do this the hard way, or we can...
Mr. Butterfield, we got a job we're doing here, and we'd like your help. Now, if you can answer a few questions for us, you'll be back home in time for the sobs. So, you saw the woman in question jogging?
Yeah. You see, the paper boy hit the hedge again. Anyway, I put one foot outside the front gate, and she nearly clobbered me.
And then?
Well, she got in the car.
She got straight in?
Well, no. She was talking there for a bit.
Did you hear what was being said?
No.
Do you remember what kind of car?
Yeah, it was a red Commodore.
That's good.
Good? What, for a silly old prick like me, you mean?
Do you remember anything else about the car?
Yeah, it had tinted windows. Never trust anyone with tinted windows.
What about the number plate?
VIB. And the first number was 4.
You got a good memory.
No, it's easy. My first girlfriend's initials was VI, Violet Ida. And if she'd married me instead of that shearer coot, she'd have been VIB, Violet Ida Butterfield.
Well, do you remember anything else?
No.
Mr. Butterfield, when she was talking to the driver, what was her body language like? Or was she leaning towards the car? Did she have her arms crossed?
Oh, I don't remember.
Could you see her face?
Yeah, side on.
Or did she look frightened?
No, she looked like she was just having a bit of a natter.
And then she just got straight in the car?
Yeah. No, she nearly didn't get in at all. She started to jog off, and then she seemed to change her mind. And she went back, and then she got in.
In the front seat, next to the driver?
Yeah.
What do you mean? You just did your monitor, didn't you? I was in the middle of an interview. You just don't walk in like. What do you mean?
So how are you and Jonah the loner getting on?
When I was a kid, I remember standing outside a cave for the first time. I really wanted to go in and have a look, but something always held me back. It was like I was fascinated, but not fascinated enough.
I had a relationship like that once. Kind of like being in love with a time bomb.
What happened?
I didn't stick around long enough to see it go off. You in a relationship?
No. They all seem to get an attack of the deep and meaningfuls, and I run for cover. What about you?
No. They're a complete mystery to me.
Now, the one thing all these women seem to have in common is compassion. He may have some scam going. Something that makes his victims feel sorry for him, and that's why they get in the car. Could be an arm and plaster or some other injury. Something that catches them off guard.
Yeah, well, let's leak that to the press. Might prompt someone's memory.
Now, this profile represents what we know of the killer to now. It's a depressingly simple story. He's probably from a dysfunctional family, probably abused. Now, his thoroughness in removing any trace of himself from his victim suggests that he has extensive forensic knowledge and that he's disciplined. He may be a lawyer, a journalist, or even a policeman.
Or he might read crime novels, or the newspaper, or have seen Silence of the Lambs.
He's obsessively tidy, or he may have contracted a sexually transmitted disease in the past, hence the condom when he rapes. Now, he might be married or living with a woman who goes away on a regular basis.
There's an awful lot of mites in this, Doctor.
Serial killers murder in different ways, but they always use a signature. And this is our only real clue to his psychological profile. The makeup and hair. Now, this ritualistic behaviour could indicate a complicated symbolism dreamed up by someone with above-average intelligence.
Well, that's what I mean about the danger of these profiles. I mean, if we assume that the guy is young and intelligent, it may mean that the real killer, who's middle-aged and as thick as pig shit, might escape our attention.
The way he so publicly disposes of the bodies may mean that he wants to get caught.
Bullshit. This bastard doesn't want to get caught. He's evil. He rapes and murders because he wants to. And my guess is he disposes of his victims publicly because he wants to throw the fear of God into this city. Look, this sort of bastard drops a kitten in the middle of the highway just to see it dance.
Sergeant?
Yeah? They've located the car. It's been dumped in Port Melbourne.
Yeah, we'll get forensic onto it.
And tell them I want every bit of real evidence tested. Every hair, every fibre, every footprint, every piece of lint, everything.
Detective Cole. I've worked with some arrogant shits in my day, but you're the Rolls Royce. I was asked to do this profile.
Not by me.
If you disagree with my ideas, that's just fine, but at least have the decency to listen.
I'm all ears.
There's a woman out there being put through God knows what sort of horror. I would have thought that anything that might help would be gratefully received.
Another thing that gets me about you, psychiatrist. You think you can solve everything. All you are is a glorified bunch of witch doctors. I mean, your profession's been around for what, 100 years? Police go back a millennium.
And so do their prejudices.
Jane, I'm feeling much better, and could you please thank that nice detective for me? He's very interesting, isn't he? Ring me. Bye.
Yes? Oh,
I have to talk to you.
you are.
I'm face to face.
It's 5 a.m. I'm not interested.
I bring a peace offering. What's brown and flaky?
A Sydney ship with a suntan?
Oh, no. A croissant. Look, I'm apologising, all right? I let my frustration get in the way.
I want grovelling, not just an apology.
Look, I'm grovelling. I'm down here, I'm grovelling. That was grovelling, did you see?
An admirer.
They're lovely, aren't they?
Interesting hobby. The magic. What's all this then?
Ah, the trick is to make the card stick.
Impressive.
Not really. My father could do 10 in a row. Are you serious about being a Quaker?
All my family were. Good, peaceful people.
So what happened to you?
I grew up in a small country town. Over the course of a year, 3 young girls were murdered. But somehow the idea of a merciful God just didn't fit. Country and Western.
Your kind of music?
So, what about your family, Doc?
Ah, well, my father was a barrister.
Ah, that Halifax.
And he loved magic, hence my obsession. My dear Mama...
Likes dogs. You share this place?
No.
What's wrong with the men in this town?
And is there a Mrs. Cole and a tribe of little Coles?
Ah, sure. Every woman's dream, a middle-aged cop.
Oh, don't undersell yourself. You're a great catch. Devious, shop-soiled, a thinking woman's yobbo.
I was engaged once.
Oh, only the once? What happened?
I have moods.
What sort of moods?
I just get impatient with people who are so certain
Certain of what?
that good will triumph. Do you have a shower?
I have.
Could I use it? They gave me this motel room. I've seen bigger coffins. I've been sleeping in my car. I need a shower.
Yeah, well, I wasn't going to mention it, but... All right. For the sake of office comfort, it's through there. But then you go.
Oh, of course. Standing by my window on a cold and cloudy day.
A top of 18 degrees, up to a low of 12. On the base.
It was taking my sister away. Said, Undertaker, Undertaker, won't you drive real slow?
That's my little baby sister. Lord, I hate to see her go. Ah!
Phone.
What?
Catch.
Shit! Just hold on a second. Yeah, it's Cole. From the task force, he's getting cocky.
He's decompensating.
Which means?
Between each killing, there's a build-up of pressure. He gets depressed, and the only way out is to kill again. Started out as a compulsion, but now it's an addiction.
We wait long enough, he'll make a mistake. Problem is, we can't afford to wait.
Excuse me, but is this another of the make-up murders? How many women have to die before police put an end to this?
Late night on the psychiatrist couch?
Oh, a doctor's just helped me clean up my act, detective. She's still warm. There it is again, but it's much stronger. Can anyone smell it?
Nah.
Doc, do you mind? There's a smell. Something I remember from a long time ago, but I can't identify it. Can you smell it?
Soap.
Yeah, that's there, but there's something else.
There's something different about the makeup. There's less of it.
You're spot on, Doc. The others still had their shoes on, right?
Hi.
Hi. How is she?
She's frightened.
I'm not feeling so good myself.
Is this another of the make-up murders? I just want a statement.
Yeah, I'll give you a statement. I don't know which is worse. This maniac creating fear by murdering innocent women. Or you vultures from the media feeding off it.
Well, it's only a partial, but the fingerprint boys may make something of it. Thanks, Daisy. I want that back, too.
Yeah, sure.
Now, we found a hair follicle under one of her nails. We'll have it DNA tested.
He's getting sloppy.
Well, super confident.
What about the foot?
Traces of pigeon shit between two of her toes.
She had her shoes on when she got into the car, so it's got to be wherever he killed her. You know, if this wasn't so awful, it'd be funny. We've narrowed it down to wherever pigeon shit.
The fingerprint boys are running it through the computer. They'll know if there's a match in a couple of hours.
The hair follicle has been DNA tested. It's going to take at least a week. Pigeons?
Yeah, I ran it through the computer looking for connections between suspects who might keep pigeons or work in pet shops. Turned up big zero. Did find out there are approximately 9,000 pigeon fanciers in this city alone.
Right, makeup. Any ideas?
Well, it was certainly sloppy compared to the other jobs. Maybe he's getting careless.
Or he was disturbed.
Or he's running short on his supply.
So maybe he's going to have to buy more.
Bridget, you've been doing some research on this?
Yep, forensic identified it 5 months ago as Blasco Natural Range. The eyeshadow was shade number 3, lipstick passion number 5. It's made in the US, and because it's a theatrical makeup, it's fairly rare. So there are 3 outlets in the city that's available.
We did surveillance on the stores for 2 months. Nothing. Right?
Yeah, but hold on. I mean, if the good doctor's right and he is running low, he's going to have to buy more. Let's get some people in the shops, give it another go.
All right. Anything else? Okay. Let's all get a good night's sleep.
help you, sir?
I'm interested in purchasing some makeup.
Certainly. What sort of makeup would you like, sir?
Oh, eyeshadow, lipstick, eyeliner. It's for my wife.
Of course.
She has similar colouring to me.
Right.
What do you recommend?
Well, this is the latest range.
May I try them?
Of course.
Which do you prefer, the lapis lazuli or the muted Prussian?
Perhaps you should check with your wife.
What? Oh. I can't seem to make up my mind. What do you think?
Personally, I'd go for the Prussian.
I'm not sure whether it's me.
It's you. Trust me. It's you.
All right. What about lipstick?
Okay, try this one. There you go.
I think I've changed my mind. I think I'd like a slightly darker shade.
Darker, okay. Yeah, what about this?
Oh, no, too much.
Okay, well, I got some more down here. Bear with me, I'm new at this. I saw something... here we go. Yeah, this should complement your skin better.
Oh, that's nice.
Let's go natural number 3.
Yep.
45. Thanks.
Thanks. That should do the job.
Excuse me.
Excuse me,
The other
but
lady will fix you up.
what sort of service is this?
Excuse me. I'm Detective Senior Constable.
Don't even think about it.
All right. Let's try it again. Francis, what? And you live where, Francis? You look up stubborn in the dictionary, there's a photo of me. Now, sometime, someone's going to put in a missing person on you, and we'll know all we need to. Let's get some prints.
You can't fingerprint me till you charge me.
What do we got?
Attempted car theft, resisting arrest.
Just for starters. This a gift from Daddy? Or did you steal it too? I think you stole it. You consider yourself charged.
We're both going to be here all night. And me, I want to go home.
A woman? I don't figure a young woman. Not with the murders we've seen.
Well, the rate doesn't fit for starters. I don't know, maybe she's just a car thief with a makeup habit. Whatever she is, she's stubborn.
I'd like to talk to her.
Oh, no offence, Doc, but...
4 hours and you've got her first name. And that came off a bracelet. Can't hold her forever, can you?
Yeah, well, maybe she'll open up to a civilian. If it doesn't work, we've lost nothing. Well, I've got to tell the Premier.
No, not yet. Just bullshit him. Come on, you wouldn't have got to be super unless you were good at that. Just you and me.
And the video camera?
No one's watching. You're not that interesting. You ever been to prison? You know, the thing that breaks people in the end is the boredom. Same routine. Same faces. Same tiny cell. Same dykes. Month after boring month. You get bored pretty easily, don't you?
Ow!
I'm gonna break you down piece by piece. You understand? Patchouli oil.
Getting frustrated, Detective.
No. I'm just making sure she knows you're a good cop, Doctor.
Francis, isn't it? Hi, I'm Jane. Jane Halifax. I bought you coffee. Would you like something to eat? I'm a psychiatrist. I'm interested in young offenders. Young? How old do you think I am? Well, I don't know. 19, 20? I'm 25. I just look young. It's a bummer. You'd like to look older?
You know, I was going to be a shrink.
Really?
Yeah. You were Freudian, Jungian, or Katie Lang?
That's R.D. Lang, not Katie. She's a
big bitch and singer.
I know. You, seem to know a bit about psychiatry.
Yeah, I read. The Divided Self, Man and His Symbols.
Impressive. So where are you from? You from Melbourne or...?
Nah. I'm a nomad. Gypsy. Hate being pinned down.
So you're homeless?
No, I choose to be like this. Choose to live on the edge.
Make it sound pretty exciting.
A lot more exciting than your life, I bet.
So have you got, any good friends among the street people?
Street people? Nah. Bunch of losers. I'm going to be a writer. That's why I live like this.
A writer?
Yeah. Like Bukowski.
You had anything published?
Yep. Uni papers, articles, short stories.
Great, so you went to uni. What did you study?
Psychology, English lit.
Detective Grant observed you trying to steal a car. Did you break the law often?
I wasn't stealing it. I was just having a look. Anyway, I have my own laws.
Oh? And what are your laws?
Look after number one. Same as yours.
Francis, eventually you're going to have to go to court. Now, if it's a first offence, you'll get a bond or community service, that's all. You're afraid what your parents might think. There must be someone out there who cares. Someone who's worried about you. They're probably wondering what's happened. Maybe even thinking the worst.
Mink.
Pardon?
Francis Mink.
Okay, usual sources. Criminal records, taxation.
Phone, gas, electricity.
Get as many troops out in the street asking questions as we can spare.
Oh, thanks, Leanne. Do you mind? Go. This is the, theatrical makeup, isn't it?
I'm an actress.
An actress? As well as a writer? Just natural talent. Would I have seen anything you've been in? Uni Dramatic Society or...?
No. Amateur. We're gonna make movies.
We?
Friends.
Oh, would you like me to ring them or your boyfriend?
I don't have a boyfriend.
Is that by choice?
Do you mean, am I a breeder or a bumper?
Makes no difference to me what your sexual preferences are. What about your family? Don't have one. Thanks.
No, Francis, I can't help you if you lie to me.
You have lied to me, haven't you? There's no record of you attending university.
I was overseas.
Is that another lie? Do you feel the need to lie to me for any particular reason? I'm trying to help you, Francis. You're making my job that much...
What is this shit? Oh, Christ! Look what you've done! Why am I here? Now you get me a freaking lawyer! Will you charge me? You're all the same with your fancy suits and your petty bloody laws!
We were talking about your family. Do you have a problem talking about them?
Yeah, I do. They're dead.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Why? You didn't know them.
Do you want to talk about it?
What's to say? I died in a car crash in Italy.
She's a clean skin. Immigration here have confirmed that the father, Rudy, mother, May, brother, Joe, all died in a car crash near Turin 5 years ago. She returned a couple of weeks later with the ashes. And the father was a low-grade engineer and a lay preacher. Lived in Wanara in the little desert area. Sold the house when he took up a job in Italy about 10 years back. Turin police will forward the details.
No phone, gas, electricity, never paid taxes. Maybe she does live on the street.
I'll tell you what, I'm absolutely sure as a crock. I can smell a feral at 10 paces. She's a Sharaday girl.
Am I the only one here who has noticed that she is a woman?
Hey, what happened to the potato cakes?
These murders have not been committed by a woman.
And how's that?
Well, she hasn't got a penis to start with, so the rape's out.
What, you never heard of a dildo?
Well, she wouldn't be strong enough to subdue another woman.
She'd find it easy enough to lure one into a car, though.
A woman would not do those things to another woman.
It's true, it's less likely, but it's not impossible.
All right, what's next?
Let's see how a night in the cell suits her.
First thing in the morning, she's in front of a magistrate.
Well, we oppose bail pending further charges. Let's see if the iron fist in the velvet glove over here can open her up a bit more.
Uni Dramatic Society? No, amateur. We're going to make movies. We? Friends.
Yes?
Hi. What do you think of it, Doc?
Too early to tell.
What's your intuition say?
Well, some sociopathic tendencies. Play acting, mechanically reading her lines. Feigns emotion she doesn't feel. Compulsive lying with the odd grain of truth thrown in to keep us happy. Lack of concern when she's caught at it. Fear is an alien emotion.
Fear's the thing that keeps us all in line, eh?
Primitive responses to immediate needs.
Immediate needs.
Sorry to hear that. Look, thanks for the roses, but would you mind not following me around anymore? Oh, come on, it is you, isn't it?
Would you like it to be?
It's not funny. Well, you think it's exciting for a woman to feel she's being stalked?
What if it turns you on?
I think you better go.
be weird, Doc, but stalking's not my style. And if it happens again, you call me anytime. Anytime.
So Mr. Starks lives to fight another day, while his creditors continue to count the cost. This is Tracy Cunningham at the Magistrates Court for National 9 News.
Ned, can you get a shot of me?
Did you get that?
Yeah.
Mr. Premier, may I have a moment, please? It's about the serial killings.
I won't
Can you confirm the police have made an arrest?
I have no comment.
But off the record, Mr. Premier, can you confirm that police have arrested our suspect this morning?
Francis. Now, you're bright enough to have twigged by now that we think there's more to you than just car theft. Now, I'm damn sure you're connected to the make-up murders. I'm personally convinced that we can stitch you up. But Dr. Halifax has convinced me to give you one more chance before we bring major charges and your life is screwed forever.
Jane?
Oh, hi.
Hi.
How'd it go in court?
Oh, fine, no problems. Can I have a word with you?
Sure.
Jonah mentioned to me that you thought you were being watched.
Yeah, it's
me. I'm sorry. I mean, I wasn't stalking you. I didn't mean to frighten you. I just wanted to... It was really stupid. It's just... I'm very attracted to you. And some of the things you said, I just thought... Well, a lot of women our age experiment.
Bridget, I'm sorry if you got the wrong impression. It wasn't intentional, really.
Maybe with the right woman, you'd find that.
No. I've had rotten luck with the men in my life, but... I mean, oh, shit. Look, Bridget, I'm sorry.
It's okay, you made yourself quite clear.
Feast or famine?
Sleep, baby, sleep. You and me, two eggs, one nest. Little you and little me.
That detective reckons I've got something to do with those murders.
I couldn't do that to anyone.
Well, maybe not. She might know someone who could.
Everyone knows it's a man. It said in the paper that women were raped.
If you knew who it was, would you protect him?
God, this guy's a maniac. Everyone says so. Why would I protect him? Look, I don't know anything about this. You've got to stop them pinning it on me.
Well, you could start by telling me the truth.
We lived in a small country town.
and everyone thought my father was a really nice guy. Member of the Rotary Club, lay preacher, all that shit. But nobody knew what was going on in our house. My earliest memory is him beating and raping my mother in front of my brother and me. I must have been about 4, maybe 5. Then when I was 11, he raped me. Every week. After church. What about your mother? She knew. He was an animal, but she was worse. She was a coward.
Maybe she was scared.
She was my mother.
Did your brother know?
Yeah, my father was sodomizing him too.
What the hell are you people playing at down there? I've got the bloody media knowing more than I do.
Until we're certain there's a connection between the suspect
You
and
do the police work, let me do the public relations. Understood? Now, what exactly is going on?
All we have at present is her name, Frances Mink.
Christ almighty, are you saying a woman did this?
We're not saying anything.
Christ, if the press gets hold of this, if the women's groups get hold of it.
That's why we don't want any press.
Boarding school's like heaven. That's where I first fell in love. Do you... Have you ever, been in love, Doctor?
Of course.
Not very convincing. I would have thought a woman like you, attractive, successful, shouldn't have too much trouble.
We're talking about you, Frances.
Touchy.
Tell me about this person you loved.
She was my maths teacher. We'd meet secretly on the weekends and go to the movies and stuff.
How serious was your involvement?
We, slept together, if that's what you mean. Then the school found out.
And then what happened? Frances?
She committed suicide. That's when they started talking to me.
Who?
The voices.
What voices?
You know.
No, I don't know.
They tell you things.
What sort of things?
Fingerprint doesn't match.
What about Italy?
Bridget's working on it.
So all we've really got's the makeup connection. Well, that's pretty thin.
We'll get more, we just need time.
She's talking now.
Whether that's true or not's another question.
Excuse me, but you should see this.
During the investigation into the 6-month spate of killings known as the Makeup Murders, Tracy Cunningham is live at the Task Force building.
Thanks, Joe. I'm outside the headquarters of the Makeup Murders Task Force. Although police have refused to comment, it seems there has been a significant development. A suspect has been arrested and earlier today was refused bail. Superintendent Frank Christofides of Task Force Headquarters was unavailable for comment, but Premier O'Hare has confirmed this breakthrough.
Yes, there has been an arrest. That's all I'm at liberty to say at this juncture.
What has the suspect
I'm
been
sorry, I
charged
have no further information at this time.
Mr. Premier? No further
Every
details
village
are
needs an
available
idiot.
at present, but it seems a substantial step forward in the apprehension of this vicious killer has been made. We'll continue to update you as more information comes to hand. But for now, this is Tracy Cunningham for National 9 News.
Hello? At least you don't keep asking questions like that shrink. What about her, eh? Such a sexy woman underneath all that doctor stuff. What do you think? It must be hard being a woman cop. Surrounded by men all the time. Women have got to stick together.
Shut up! And just sit there.
I'm sorry, have I touched a nerve? Bridget? Tree. House. Death. Paper. Love. That's it. You've got beautiful eyes for a nice maiden. I bet you work so hard because there's no one to go home to. It must be very difficult to find someone who wouldn't be jealous of your career.
Well, so far so bad. What about Italy?
Still nothing.
So, we've got the makeup, and that's about it.
Well, Doc?
Well, she's had a pretty awful life, if we can believe her. She and the brother were abused by the father. The mother was afraid or refused to intercede. Her only meaningful relationship was a lesbian one with a teacher who committed suicide. So she associates sex with death and exploitation. On an EEG examination, she responded neutrally to emotional words. The word love elicited the same emotional response as the word paper. Now, that's typical psychopathic behaviour. But approximately 2% of the population are psychopathic.
And most of them don't murder.
That's right. They make life unbearably difficult for their family and loved ones, but they don't murder. She displays some schizophrenic symptoms, hears voices, she says. But I think that could be an attempt to manipulate me. The point is, sociopaths are very convincing. They spend their lives acting and they get very good at it. I'd need a lot longer to decide if any of what she's told me is true.
Doctor, do you think she's involved?
Yes. But there's nothing definitive I can point to.
Look, she's definitely a weirdo, but I don't believe she's capable of doing...
Sociopaths tend to see any social exchange as a feeding opportunity. They detect our vulnerabilities and they push the right buttons.
I don't have a degree, Doctor, but in this line of work, you get a feeling for people.
We're really pushing it here. She's been denied access to a solicitor. Now, this whole thing could blow up in our faces.
What, you want to let loose the only real lead we got?
OK. We'll give her another night in the cells. We'll reassess the situation in the morning.
Bridget.
This is 328-1166. Sorry, I can't come to the phone right now. So if you leave a message after the beep, I'll call you back. Bye.
Bridget, hi, it's Jane. Look, could you give me a call? It's important. I've got a hunch that Francis's brother...
Hello?
Bridget?
Send the paper that we were raped. You knew it was, would you protect him? God, the guy's a maniac. Everyone says so. Why would I protect him?
Why would he have left this on Bridget's door?
I think it's from his last victim. He sent us a message.
Or a threat?
Well, on his past form, we got about 40 hours before.
What about the Mink girl?
I think we let her go.
No. I need more time. She comes from a severely dysfunctional family. It's almost a textbook background for breeding a psychopath.
All we got is the makeup.
Look, I think her brother may still be alive. And I think he's a twin.
Alive? What about this death certificate from Italy?
We're still waiting.
It was something on the video. She was talking to a pigeon through the window in the interrogation room.
A pigeon?
Yes, a pigeon.
And she mentioned her brother being alive?
No, not exactly. She said, you and me, 2 eggs, 1 nest.
Legally, we can't keep her any longer.
She's involved, even if she only acts as bait. I'm almost positive there's a connection.
Almost isn't good enough.
Get the dog squad onto her.
No, I'll do it. I don't want any cock-ups.
She knows you, Jonah. She'd spot you a mile off.
I am totally against this. She is potentially dangerous, and if she is connected to him, we've given him what he wants and he'll kill Bridget anyway.
You got a better alternative?
You got her?
Roger, Al.
Standing by.
Don't lose her.
I'm terribly sorry, sir. The Premier's in a meeting and cannot be disturbed.
Hey, you listen to me, you pompous little prick. You go tell the Premier it's Detective Constable Cole, or I'll arrest you just for the sheer pleasure of it.
Very well, sir.
What's going on? She's still in there, mate.
She's been in there a long time.
Detective. So, this is where the pockets are filled and emptied, eh?
This had better be good.
It's not. The killer's grabbed one of our female detectives, and I'm here to tell you the publicity gives this guy a hard-on, just like you. So you go public again, like you did yesterday, she dies, I'll go straight to the press.
Listen, Cole, I think you're forgetting who employed.
You're forgetting I'm from interstate. There's nothing you can do to me. I'm out of your reach.
Tell me something, Detective. Why do you imagine a place like this exists? No, that's a rhetorical question. I'll tell you. It's so people can meet in private. A network of people who, through luck of birth, and sometimes through their own initiative, like me, they have connections. Connections through this whole country, which allows them to reach out to any corner, under any rock, take someone like you by the balls and squeeze. Squeeze as hard as we like. If I want your balls, there is absolutely nowhere you can hide. And now, I imagine you have a lot of work to do. You can find your own way out.
Anything happens to Senior Grant, I'll be back. And we'll see who's got the balls.
He's been bad again. Very bad. But he's been very brave to catch you. See, I usually do that bit. Yeah. I pretend, I've been raped and I need to get to the police. Can you help me, please? I'm a good crier. I always get in the car and then Joe grabs him. You must be very thirsty. He's not very good at entertaining. In fact, he's not very good with people, generally. But he's very good with his hands. He made this into a playpen. Do you like it?
Kitchen. Right. I hope you're proud of yourselves. I will talk to you later.
They lost her here.
The fax from Italy. It arrived while you were out. Don't bother, it's in Italian. The brother wasn't killed in the accident with the parents. And he is a twin.
Francis, this is not a good idea. Killing a member of the police.
She's on the other foot now. dear heart. And I'm not your sexy doctor girlfriend, full of questions and promises. Do you know much about twins, huh? See, in some countries, twins are considered very significant. Canadian Indian tribes believe that twins can control the weather. And in Japan, they used to make twins marry each other. My mother thought we were a curse. I could have been a great actor. You ruined my career. Poisoned my womb. You know, she always wore rubber gloves. Anytime she had to touch us. We weren't allowed to touch or be touched by any other children, in case we contaminated them. We spent the first 3 years of our life in a playpen like this. We only tried to escape once. But we got even. Eventually. Do you like being in a cage? No. You didn't mind putting me in one, did you?
I'll never see you again.
They caught me getting the makeup. I told them that you were dead. You tried to shrink on me. You did good. Real good.
Can we play mummies now?
Not yet. Soon. Very soon.
And the government is facing continued backlash over its schools policy. The opposition has threatened further rallies against education cuts next week. And that's all the news for now. Join us for the main bulletin at 6.
It's all right, sweetie. They're just doing it to annoy you. So you make mistakes. I missed you so much. All of you.
You want a decent coffee?
Yeah, thanks.
There you go.
Thanks. Doc? That's it. It's wet wool. The smell. It's lanolin. Shearing sheds.
The country.
God, I hope not. Where else?
Woolen mills?
Is there any in this area?
I've no idea. I've seen wool stores.
Where? Come on.
Some down at the docks here. They're old, but there's probably half a dozen spread across the city.
It's perfect. The stolen car was found here.
Yeah, but she gave you the slip up here.
Of course she'd lead us in the wrong direction.
You said some girls were murdered in your town when you were young. Did you know them?
One was my little sister. Nothing there. I'll try around the other side. How long does it take to the airport?
About 20 minutes.
Thanks. I'll be back for the trial. Can I use your shower again?
Yeah, I'd like that.
Well, till then.
Man.
Police have confirmed that earlier today, a 25-year-old female was formally charged with the murders of 8 women. Premier O'Hare has praised the efforts of the investigation team.
Well, we're all relieved this gruesome wave of violence is now behind us. This state's police has once again demonstrated that when supported by a government committed to law and order, no crime shall go unpunished.
Women's groups have expressed relief at the end to this wave of terror.
standing by my window on a cold and cloudy day, when I saw that hearse wheel rolling, it was taking my sister away.